Happy Friday, everybody. So are you guys excited for the weekend? Because I know I am. So today I am doing, actually the next two videos are going to be reaction videos. And the one for today is going to be from the channel My Story Animated. And it's going to be called A Stranger Decided to Marry Me While I Was in a Coma. And yeah, so it seemed pretty interesting. So I was like, this is the perfect video for today. So yeah, and I haven't done, any reaction videos in a long time. So I was like, why not, just the next two videos, why not make it these, So yeah, so today is going to be from My Story Animated, and tomorrow is going to be Jerry Springer, because I know you guys love Jerry Springer so much. But yeah, so, but enough of my talking, so, this video, guys, okay?
To cover my eyes from the strong light that was coming from the window, and I noticed a long, thin tube attached to my hand. Wait, am I in the hospital? I looked around. I was lying in bed wearing a hospital gown, but no one was in the room. I checked my body. There was no sign of injuries or broken limbs. I was not feeling any pain. How did I end up here? I turned around and noticed the red button next to my bed. It had a little sign next to it that said, "Press in case of an emergency," and so I did. A nurse came rushing in. When she saw me, she freaked out and started calling the doctors. "Oh my God, Mr. Jeff, you finally woke up! That's a miracle!" Then two doctors came in and checked me. They started asking me stupid questions like how my name is spelled or what the sum of 1 + 1 is. And then they started asking personal questions about different things in my life, and I answered them suspiciously. "You seem perfectly fine. We're just going to run a few tests and see the results. Then you should be able to go home." "Wow, your family is going to be happy to see you awake." I was confused. Everything was happening all at once. The doctor noticed I was struggling to understand, so he explained that I had an accident, and I hit my head really hard and broke my leg. I was rushed to the hospital. The doctors treated me well, but I wouldn't wake up. I was in a coma for a year. A whole year. I stared at the doctor's face. Was he joking? It turned out he was not. The doctor explained, when someone falls into a coma, they become unconscious. Nothing could wake them up. They wake up when they're ready, and we only have to wait. My family came rushing in an hour later. Mom, Dad, and my twin sisters. They were excited to see me. Mom was crying, and Dad was emotional for the first time in his life. Then, a nice-looking woman called Amelia came in. She said hi to everyone and kissed Mom. Then she kissed me on the cheek, and she gave me a 1-minute hug, then said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're back." I looked at her feeling confused. "Excuse me, do I know you?" They all started laughing, and then Mom said, "Oh, the doctors warned us there would be some memory loss because of the head injury." Then she looked at me like she was feeling sorry for me and said, "She's your fiancée. She's the one who saved your life. Don't feel bad, honey. You'll remember everything in time." But I responded, "No, she's not. I don't remember being engaged to anyone." But Mom said, "Look at your finger, sweetheart. The ring is there. Amelia has one too." I didn't know what to respond.
Sunday's the day.
I looked at my hand and there it was. And then I looked at Amelia. She didn't say anything. She just smiled. The whole thing felt so strange. How could I remember everything about my life before the accident, but not Amelia? 3 days later, I was discharged from the hospital.
So that actually does seem like really strange. Like, how come you remember your fiance? Like, out of everybody, you think you would remember your fiance, like that. So that seems kind of strange. And plus, the title is, it's A Stranger Decided to Marry Me While I Was in a Coma. So yeah, something suspicious is going on, guys, and that's like weird, like really weird. So let's get back. Let's play this guide. All right, let's play.
Some time to train my legs to walk again. Everyone was happy to see me, and Mom prepared a nice dinner for us all. Amelia was used to being at my parents' house, joking with Dad, helping Mom, and talking to my sisters. She pushed the wheelchair, set the dinner table, and sat next to me. Every time I would ask for something at the table, she would put it beside me. And I didn't like it. My parents were updating me about things that happened when I was unconscious, when I screamed in panic. "Oh, what about Twix, my dog? Did anyone take care of her?" "Yeah, I did," Amelia said. "I brought her to my apartment after we were told that your coma might take a while." I looked at her feeling pissed. Am I the only one who finds her annoying? She seems to meddle in everything. Who is this woman? And why don't I feel anything towards her? I stayed at my parents' house because it was near the hospital, and I needed to attend my physiotherapy sessions. And of course, Amelia escorted me most of the time. I wanted to talk to her in private and get to know how we met, but there was never a good time for that. We were always surrounded by people. My family would not leave us alone, and my friends and coworkers visited me at the house to check up on me. But one night, I decided to call Tom, my best friend. He was in China for a business trip. I FaceTimed with my new phone because the old one got destroyed in the accident. I asked him about Amelia and if I mentioned her to him. And he said, "Yes, you said you were dating a lovely girl and you were excited to have her in your life. Congrats, buddy. I didn't know that you proposed already." I hung up the phone feeling more confused. It seemed that the universe was playing a sick joke on me where I was not able to remember my fiancée. Eventually,
I would definitely okay, if you're telling people that, okay, obviously you're in a coma, okay, and you got a concussion, so obviously you don't even know what you're doing. So her taking advantage of him like that, that's just so wrong in so many different levels. But anyway, let's keep playing this, and I'm just going to give my input in the end, alright?
I had to give in. I started treating Amelia nicely and accepting the fact that I did propose to her. I'm gonna give her a chance. Maybe I'll fall in love with her. My family kinda likes her already, and they get along with her just fine. And so I did. I did my best to shush that awkward feeling about her and start focusing on her positive attributes. 2 months later, I was able to walk again. I went back to my apartment. Amelia helped me get some of the things back. It was exactly how I left it. And there was even a picture of me and Amelia on the shelf. I sat on the sofa and asked Amelia, "Honey, could you bring me a pillow from my bedroom?" And she said, "Sure." But then, instead of going to the bedroom, she went to the bathroom. I laughed and told her, "It seems you don't remember the way to the bedroom. It's on the left." She laughed awkwardly and said, "Yeah, I haven't been here in a while." Sure, if I was in a coma all this time, she definitely wouldn't have the time to spend it here, I thought. But what happened next made me question her again. Amelia was always busy. Every time I suggested we spend time together, she would give me an excuse for why she can't. She worked as a cafe manager, and she would always say she couldn't leave the cafe because there was too much work, and she can't leave it for the other workers, which seemed implausible, because I know she can control her own hours. Then, when my dad suggested going on a family trip to our beach house, she was the first to say yes. "I could make that work. I could hire an employee for when we are gone," she said. "Wait, what?" I looked at her and said, "I've been trying to go out on a dinner with you for 2 weeks now. And you said you couldn't because you were preoccupied with work. What happened now?" She blushed and said, "The worker that I count on the most got back from his trip 2 days ago, so I'm free now." I didn't say anything and she went to the beach house. She was happy to be with the family. On the first day, I asked her to go on a long walk with me just before sunset. The view was magical, and I thought that was the perfect time to kiss her because I haven't tried that since I woke up from my coma. She only kissed me on the cheek and forehead, but I thought she was ready to do that. I leaned over to kiss her, and the kiss was good. It was not great or mesmerizing, just good. A bit disappointing, actually, and so I decided to break up with her. That's it, I couldn't do it anymore. As soon as we got back to the city, I was going to break up with her. But then 2 days after I got to my apartment, my friends and coworkers arranged a party for me. They wanted to celebrate my engagement and welcome my coming back to work at the same time. It seemed inappropriate to announce my breakup at that time. So at the night of the party, I went to pick Amelia up, and wow. She looked amazing in her black dress. I felt that I was falling for her and that I really liked her. When I got there, I started introducing her to my friends. She didn't seem to know anyone there. And then while I was talking to my boss, a very beautiful lady came next to me and said, "I thought you disappeared." I looked at her and said, "I'm sorry, but how do I know you?" She smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm Kristen. We were supposed to go on our first date right before you had the accident. I waited, but you never called, so I assumed you were not interested." I stared at her for a few moments, and my brain was going in circles. Kristen, Amelia, the accident, the engagement. There's a link between them all, but I can't get my hands on it. I apologized to Kristen, and I went straight to ask him.
My bad, I was actually wrong. Okay, so he didn't have a concussion. Obviously, I wasn't paying attention in the beginning. It's from a car accident, so whatever happened in the car accident, he got into a coma. So my bad, for not paying attention in the beginning. But yeah, so we got into a car accident and he got into a coma. So yeah, and supposedly he was supposed to go on a date with her before, the whole coma thing. But now, and then he got engaged to this girl. So, but yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna, stop pausing until the end and they can give you my input. And let's find out what happens, guys.
About how exactly we met. Something was not right. She was standing on the balcony outside. When I came close, I heard her saying, "I can't do this anymore. I thought it would be easy, but it wasn't. I think I'm going to tell him tonight." Wait, who was she talking to? I took 3 steps back and then stood next to the door. And then I heard her speak one more time. "Simon, this is getting out of hand. He's not buying it. He's noticing all the wrong things I'm doing. Maybe I'm not a good actor." Simon? Was she talking to my dad? Something was messed up indeed, but I didn't expect that my dad had something to do with it. Then she said, "I'll talk to you later, when we get back home." She hung up and stood there for a minute to calm down. My initial thought was to yell at her and make her explain everything to me. But after a second thought, I decided not to. If there was something going on, I needed to know it all by myself, because she would most likely lie to my face and twist the truth. So I took a deep breath and went out there, saying, "Oh, honey, I missed you. What are you doing here?" Amelia just smiled awkwardly and came in with me. I introduced her to more friends as if nothing happened. That night, Amelia spent the night at my house. While she was sleeping, I took her phone and opened it by pressing one of her fingers on the lock screen. I knew she couldn't wake up because she drank too much that night. She was nervous, and I kept giving her drinks. And when I opened her phone, I read something that shocked the hell out of me. Dad was having an affair with Amelia. They had tons of pictures together, sleeping in different hotel rooms and even in our beach house.
Whoa, 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 what? Did I just hear that right? He was having an affair? What? Oh my god. Wow, what a twist. Okay, let's keep going, guys.
What the hell? But, in a strange way, it all clicked. When I had the accident, Dad saw Amelia. He liked her and started seeing her. Then they faked the whole engagement thing so Dad could cheat on Mom whenever he wanted to. I mean, she would be my wife, so no one would suspect anything if they saw them together. And when I asked Tom about her, he confirmed it to me because he thought I was talking about Kristen, not Amelia. Oh, how sneaky of them. I thought I was going crazy for not remembering her. It turns out I was only a fool. I then scrolled down the messages between her and my dad. And there, I found the answer. Dad had promised her $2 million if she marries me and stays with him. He told her that she was the love of his life.
$2 million just to marry him? Are you kidding me? What? What? This poor guy. Like, okay, like he was supposed to like go on a date with this girl, who seems, who he thought was beautiful, who actually showed interest in before the car accident, and then finds out when you wake up from the coma after a year that, this whole thing was all set up because your dad's really seeing this girl, his fiance, quote unquote. Wow, people are twisted. Holy crap, dude. Alright, let's finish this up. It's almost done.
Ugh! I was furious to think my dad would manipulate me and use me as a puppet to satisfy his own pleasure. I felt like a complete idiot. And $2 million? I didn't know my dad had that much money. Where was he hiding all of this? I sat there speechless, trying to soak it all in. But I couldn't sit still. Mom doesn't deserve this, and Amelia cannot take Dad's money if he had any. It should be ours, his children. So I made a copy of the messages and sent them to my mom. She needs to know the truth. In the morning when Amelia woke up, I told her that everything was over between us. She looked confused and even said, "We just celebrated our engagement." She totally believed her lie, as if we were a normal couple who loved each other. But I just refused to listen and kicked her out of the house. Then, an hour later, I got a call from Mom. I went to our house. She and Dad were fighting. "I want a divorce now," she screamed. And Dad looked at me. He knew I was the one to do this.
At least, you have your little mistress, on the side. So why are you all mad? Because you didn't want to be with your wife anymore. You've been having an affair with her for God knows how long. So why are you all mad? Like, he didn't even remember for a reason because it never even happened. Like, what the hell? Ugh.
Yelled at me saying, "If only you could keep your mouth shut." I yelled back, "Are you screaming at me? You should keep your zipper shut." Dad was furious, but he said nothing and left the room. My parents got divorced 2 months later. But the surprise was that the money my dad wanted to give Amelia was Mom's in the first place. Mom came from a rich family that I knew nothing about. She wrote everything in my name in a will so no one can ever get it but me. And now I'm dating Kristen, my first true crush. Did you like my story? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.
Aww. Okay, so all I gotta say is that how messed up is that for not only a man but a father, not only taking $2 million but his wife's $2 million to pay a woman that he's having an affair with, on his wife with, to, he paid her to marry his son just so he doesn't get caught. And then the audacity he had to say to his son, you couldn't shut your mouth, like you couldn't be quiet. Like, what? Like, oh my God, like this whole entire story was just so messed up in every single way possible. I couldn't believe it, guys. Like number one, like, he knew something was going on because he doesn't remember the woman for a reason, obviously, because he knows that even though his friend called him on the phone and was like, yeah, you talk so much about this woman and how much, you loved her and blah, blah, blah. Obviously that was still a red sign, a red flag. And especially when you heard, the girl on the phone saying, I can't do this anymore. Like, I have to tell him, blah, blah, blah. Like, but like, there's just so many red flags from the beginning, like, that, there was something going on. And why on earth would a girl marry somebody that's in a coma? Like, you don't even know what you're doing. I mean, you don't know, like, the person doesn't know what they're doing, so, like, why would you try to take advantage of them? Like, that's just so messed up, like, and just how the father was mad at his son for telling his mother what was going on, because, I mean, his mother deserves to know the truth, like, like, the woman that he thought that his son was going to marry this whole entire time, like, your husband is actually, having an affair with. Like, this whole entire story is just so messed up. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm so, like, mind blown at how people really are these days. But, yeah. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. That's basically my input. You guys heard, me talking, like, during the video. But I hope you guys all loved it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the, the reaction to Jerry Springer. I'm not sure exactly. Well, I'll obviously, it's going to be a great one. You guys will love it so much. It's going to be so funny. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So you guys have a wonderful day or night, whatever you guys are watching this from. And I love you guys so much. Mwah. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this, video, and share, and, just spread the word about me, okay? Please. Because I would like to make it to at least 100 subscribers by the end of, like, at least, like, June or July. Like, that'd be awesome. And then, yeah. But I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Have a wonderful day. Bye.